Hello, ladies and gentle ladies. Welcome back to another Industria development stream. Hello, Lumi the Hedgehog. Welcome to the stream. I have, for those recurring viewers, I have set up Nightbot now, which I know you guys have been asking me to do for a very long time. So you can now do !Discord, and hopefully... Yes, there we go. So we have some commands. I've also done !Industria, which gives a very basic overview. I will improve these over time, but that's a nice thing to have. Anyways, with the stream. So yes, today we're going to be working on Industria. Let's turn some lights on. There we go. Hello, Scriptique Official. Welcome to the stream. Tech Chem. Yes, so the idea of Industria is that it is primarily a tech mod, but it's going to also have quite a few elements of chemistry. No pun intended. Any Breaking Bad references? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know that we'll be getting into quote-unquote pharmaceutical chemistry, but I mean, we'll see. I haven't obviously planned out the entire mod yet, so there are definitely questions on some things. I was curious on your thoughts on the Minecraft Legacy Edition leaks. What do you think? Yeah, I mean, I've obviously seen the leaks. I don't really have any opinion on them, to be honest. I think it's cool, of course, that we can see that it basically is just Java Edition. That is something we didn't know, or at least as far as I'm aware, we didn't know that. Honestly, there isn't much that can be done with it, though, I feel like. Obviously, people are now modding it, but it's kind of just a pain being on the console, so there isn't a huge amount you can do. But who knows? I'm kind of glad I got a stream. I've been following the channel ever since I saw 1.12.2 mod tutorial. That is crazy. You may be one of the oldest viewers then, in terms of how long you've been watching, because that was what, like 7 years ago now, I think. Presuming you mean you watched it back then. I suppose you could have watched it more recently, to be fair. I don't know why you would, because they were really bad. I was going to actually archive a lot of the old tutorials, just unlist them, but I never actually did it. Yeah. People could add mod support, but apart from that, not much. Still, though, I held that version. Yeah, I mean, it was a great game. I have way too many hours on Legacy Console Edition, probably way more than Java Edition. And it's probably not even close. I suspect I have thousands of hours on that game. I'd get home from school at like 3 o'clock, and then I'd basically be playing it till like 10 o'clock, and that was basically every day for like probably like 10 years. So maybe not quite 10 years, probably like 8 years, but like that's a lot of hours. And then if you also include like summer holidays and stuff, I'd probably be playing it like most of the time every day. So I have way too many hours on that game. But I don't necessarily think modding it is actually going to go anywhere, unfortunately. Just because it is kind of just not really, there's not much you can really do that you can't like just do in Java Edition, right? So I don't unfortunately see it going anywhere. Anyways, today we're going to be continuing on the conveyors that we've been doing the past couple streams. Specifically today we're going to be working on a filter conveyor block. So basically going to be a conveyor that has items go in, and they'll either go out forwards if they match the filter, or they'll go out to the side if they don't. So that's basically all it does. It shouldn't be too tricky, but might have to mess around a little bit with some internals today. Any tips on how to mod? People ask me this a lot, I will say. I honestly don't really have a good answer. My best answer, honestly, would be just like practice. It's kind of the same with anything. The more you do it, the better you'll be at it, I guess, actually. And this is kind of old advice, because I haven't given this advice in a while, but I think it is still very relevant. And that is help people, right? So kind of how I know so much about modding is because I helped people try and fix their problems. So people would, come on Discord. Discord is really the best place for this. Back in the day, obviously, you had the forums, but no one uses those anymore. So, on Discord, people ask for help all the time. I mean, there's hundreds of questions a day, probably. If you can help out someone with one of those, then you're also going to be learning at the same time. So that's kind of the best way to learn, because it's beneficial for everyone. Other than that, the advice used to be to check existing GitHub repos. Like, for example, you'd say, go check mechanism. But I actually don't think I recommend doing that anymore. Just because so many of these big mods have matured so much that, like, everything is insanely abstracted. Even Industria, to be honest, what we're going to be doing today is not really touching anything Minecraft related, because I've abstracted a lot of it. So that's not really... I mean, some mods, like newer mods, I would say, are a good source if they have a GitHub. Other than that, tutorials, but the problem with tutorials nowadays is they become outdated really quickly. Like, we're talking, weeks, to be honest, because Minecraft is just messing around with so much stuff. They break a lot. So tutorials can be good. Depends which version you're using, though. It really is just practice, to be honest. That's my best advice. Just practice. Don't try and overshoot your goal, or like don't set a goal too high. Because you need to be realistic, and you need to consider that you're probably not going to hit it the first time you try. So, for example, I would never recommend someone trying to make something like Industria. It just won't happen. Honestly, the best kind of mod to start with, if you want to start with like a specific kind of mod, best thing to do is just make a kitchen sink mod. Not a literal kitchen sink, of course, but one that just has random things in it. Because you come up with like a really random idea, like I don't know, what's something really random? A fridge, right? You just add a fridge, right? So that means you have to learn about block entities, you have to learn about blocks generally, you have to learn about GUIs, you have to learn about inventory storage. So like that'd be pretty good. And then you can extend that as well. So you can then say, okay, I want it to have energy as well. And then you need to make an energy generator. So you have to learn how to do that. That's kind of a good way to go through things. 1 second, I'm a little bit lost here. Oh, I've just realized I've also created this class in the wrong place. Of course I have. I want it in here. Oh no, don't do that. Okay, I'm getting lost. There we go. So yeah, that's kind of... Yeah, that's also not in the right place. Oh dear, I haven't actually created a new block in this in a while. I've been so focused on trying to fix the friggin' ladder conveyor, which I don't know if we were even doing last time. I don't know if I've done that in between streams or if we did that last time. I don't know. But yeah, I have done ladder conveyors in between streams. There's some problems with them, which is why we're not doing those today. I need to come back to those at some point. Okay, I'm trying to think of what's the best kind of block to copy for this. I think it's probably the splitter, because the splitter has 2 outputs. So I think that's probably the best way to do things. So hopefully... You know, I don't know why I'm doing it like that. Let's just do splitter conveyor block. Let's copy, let's paste, and rename. Filter. That will make that even easier. Add that to Git. Sure. So left and right. This is going to be actually not left. So this is going to be forward. And forward. Okay, and then we just have to make sure we change everything to be relevant. So that's the in, and then forward. This is using left, so this just needs to be positive relative facing. In will be from the back, right will be to the right, of course. That's fine. Okay, here, this is going to be the interesting part. So this is where we actually have to do our filtering, I believe. I think we can already do it on an item basis because we do have access to the item here. And obviously inside of that item, if I say item, we can get the stack out of that item. We can get all of these shenanigans, right? So that's probably a good way to go. Selected output ID. Okay, yeah. So if it already has that, then do that. But otherwise, we're going to have to determine it based on this item, and whether it matches the filter. Now, the filtering itself, I think we're going to have to do a block entity here, so that we can store what the filter is, because we're going to have like a GUI and stuff to be able to select the stack and all of those shenanigans. Oh, 1 second. Forgot to announce the stream on Discord. Someone's going to come and tell me off in a minute if I don't do that, so let's quickly do that. Done. Okay. Now I can't get told off for that. Someone's bound to come in at some point and tell me off for not announcing it on Discord. So there we go. That's done. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna need a block entity. I don't see a way around that. Like there's no other way to store it unless we stored it in the network itself, but that's just stupid. So we're not gonna do that. Now, luckily, we can easily do block entity stuff in here. So we can do a new block entity properties. And this will need to be a supplier of block entity type in it. And we're going to go filter conveyor. Now, luckily, this isn't going to need to tick or anything. So that's really good. Most of the overhead of block entities actually comes from the block entities ticking. which a lot of people don't know. A lot of people just see block entity and go, oh my god, performance. But the reason something like the hopper is actually so laggy is because it ticks a bunch, not because it's a block entity. So yeah, we don't need to set should tick, and we don't need to set any like block any ticker factories. Now we do need a right click to open GUI. Admittedly, I don't remember how that works. Like, I don't know how it defines what the GUI is. How does this work? Oh, right, yeah. That's fine, because we'll just make the block entity implement whatever the GUI class is called nowadays, the container class. I don't know what that's called anymore, because I don't know what that is in official mappings. Should tick allow client? No, we don't. Well, even if we were ticking, we wouldn't want that. We're not ticking, so we don't want that. Don't want a multi-block. Okay, well the rest is fine. Isn't this just a... Yeah, I thought so. Okay, we need to create this, so let's come down here. And I think I'm gonna need to, at some point, create a... I think I'm gonna need to create a block entity for the ladder conveyor. Which I don't really want to do, but I think I have to. Because I think a lot of the issues I'm having are because of that. But what does this extend? I think we just go with Industria block entity. And then we also implement whatever the container class is. I don't know what it is. Container provider? Container... Synchronizer? Maybe? Would that make sense? No. Doesn't make sense at all. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to have a look. Let's go look at like what has a GUI? Anything. I can't think of anything. Electric furnace. I meant to look at the actual block entity though, not the block, because that's not gonna help me. Hello? Okay, there we go. Block entity with GUI. That's it. Yes. Weird name, but yes. Okay, I remember that now. And that just wants a... I think we just want a block pos payload. We don't need anything else. Yeah, furnaces... Furnaces were always a pain in the butt back in the day. They're not too bad nowadays, though. But yeah, they didn't used to be very nice. Okay, so we want our block reference, which is just block init.filter conveyor, and we'll do block entity type init dot filter conveyor. Yeah, I got a little bit lost there. Don't know why. Block pos payload. Yeah, it's just a packet with a block pos. That's it. Nice and simple. Okay. We do want that, yes. So let's do a component. God, I keep forgetting the names of things, man. Title. I think I have a method in Industria for container title. Yeah, I do. Lovely. I think it's just filter conveyor. I think that's all I need to do. I think this does the rest. Yeah. Nice. Okay, so then I can just return title. And then create menu will just return a new filter conveyor menu. I think that's fine. I should check though, shouldn't I? So, oh, they're screen handlers, but they're not called screen handlers anymore. I'm gonna need to rename all these at some point. Okay, well, I might as well call it a screen handler. Just for consistency, even if nothing else. And later I'll come back and rename all these to be like filter conveyor container menu rather than screen handler. But for now, it will do. So this presumably just extends container? Wait, no, I have an Industria screen handler, right? Yeah. No, I don't know what these are. Okay, so the block entity. Oh, only if it has a wrapped storage. Okay, in that case, we just do P, which is a block pos payload. Oh. Oh, yeah, this is a good point. So, we actually kind of don't need a screen handler. So, I don't know how this filtering is going to work in terms of the screen. I don't know if we're just going to have it so you drag items in. Or if we do it so... So you like have to like select it through like a menu. I think it'd be better if we could drag items in, right? Or a bit of both really would be the best. So, okay, that's fine. In that case, we can do a filter conveyor block entity. And the payload will be a just block pos payload. Okay, now I don't remember what constructors it needs. God, my nose is so friggin' itchy today. I don't know why. It's driving me insane, bro. I just never had my nose this itchy before. Okay, inventory size 0. Add block entity slots, no up. So that's going to be empty. We are going to want the player inventory though, if we're going to do it like this. And I think we still need 2 constructors, so I'm going to have to copy these across because I'm not sure what they are. Okay, so we'll do that, and then we'll do filter conveyor. Filter conveyor, that will just be 0. That will be filter conveyor block entity. And wrapped container storage just isn't going to exist. This, I just don't think we need to pass that down at all. Oh, that does need to exist. Ooh, okay. Well, we don't have to pass that down. I'm sure we don't have to pass that down. I'm sure that's optional. Okay, let's quickly create this then, so that stops complaining at us. Okay. Yeah, so that's there, and then that's going to complain because that doesn't implement that, but that's fine. We can make it implement that. And then what we'll do is, oh, bugger. Okay. In that case, we need to have a wrapped container storage, but just have it be empty. Which is going to be stupid. It's going to be really stupid, but... What's it called? Simple container nowadays? Yeah. So it'll just be that, but it's just going to be empty. Just so that we can have our special thing. I should probably kind of rewrite it so it doesn't have to work like that, but that's fine. So we don't even want to like serialize that or anything because we just don't care about it. So effectively that will just be it for that. So that's fixed all of that. Property size, can I just get rid of that? Yeah, I thought so. Inventory size 0. Block entity slots. Yeah, okay. I think other than that, so quick move snap is done. Removed. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, these are all fine, I think. Yeah, so that just does that, and that just uses the default positions there, which I assume are just set to the default values. Yep, that's fine. Let's see if is there anything else. Do we want to sync anything else? I don't think we even want to sync anything. So that's basically it for this class, which seems a bit silly, but it does make sense. So that's fine. Let's just close that, I guess. Let's close that. Okay, this does that, so that's lovely. And that's handled in there. Lovely. Okay. So now what we need to do is in here. So what we need to do in here is we need to see if it passes the filter or not. So Boolean. So let's start by getting the block entity because we're going to need the block entity to be able to get the filter to be able to validate the state, right? So best way I want to do this is actually an instance of. So if that is instance of our filter conveyor block entity, then we're going to see if we like validate or if that matches, right? So like, how do we want to define the filter? You know, let's just not even worry about that for a second. Let's say if block entity dot does match filter, and then we'll do item dot get stack. Then return that, else return that. And I think it's going to tell us that, what is it trying to tell us? Oh, that's why. We can turn this into a ternary, right? Yeah. So if it matches that, then we do that, or we do that. I actually want to do this the other way around, though. I do not like that at all. Never mind, let's go back to this. Back to that, because I don't like how it formatted that. And then here, do we just return null? I don't know if it can return null. Conveyor output. If output is null, return null. If output is not null, do that. Okay, it can return null, so that's fine. No idea what happens if it returns null, by the way, guys. I assume it just drops it, maybe? But I mean, it shouldn't return null. Like, that just shouldn't happen in the first place, so we don't need to worry about it. So we'll just return null. Once again, we could make this into a big ternary as well, but I think that's silly. There's no need to do that. We actually don't want to do it like this. Now, let's do this. So this will be the conveyor output, and then what we need to actually do is do item.set selected output ID, which will then be conveyor output.id. Not equal to null, then conveyor output.id or null. Yeah, that's the best way to do that. Okay, so next is just this. So we can create the method at least. And then all we need to do this is purely to make the screen handler happy. Okay, so then we'll have some kind of filter. Now, a filter stack would work, but I'm just thinking maybe we want to say... No, what we'll do, we'll have a filter stack, and then we're also going to have some booleans, right? So let's have like a private boolean, blacklist mode, private boolean match MBT, or which will actually now be match components, private boolean, see, that doesn't really work now, does it? Because MBT is not a thing anymore, that's the problem. So how do we do this? I guess we can just do... We could have a couple booleans still, but we could do it for specific things, right? So we can do match damage or match durability, match enchantments, and then we can have a boolean match components. By default, we'll just set these all to true. Like that. And then basically we need to do our filtering here. So this is where things get complicated, because we have to actually do all of those. So but first of all, if it's empty, return false. That's fine. Let's also do if stack is equal null or stack is empty, return false. Let's also do like that. Okay. If blacklist mode, then if match components, I think if match components, we just want to return item stack dot matches the filter stack. So we'll just do a direct match, and then otherwise what we will do is we'll have an if statement for the rest. So if match durability and that's not equal that, then we return false. If match enchantments and the enchantments do not equal, return false. Otherwise, return true. Now, this is not how we do enchantments, though. So, enchantments... I don't know how we do enchantments. I assume there is an enchantment class, like enchantment util or enchantment helper. Enchantment... so, enchantment helper dot... highest level, pick highest level. Is there another enchantment class like enchantments? No, it's not going to be enchantments. That doesn't make sense, does it? Enchantment util? Nope. Okay, I think this is going to have to be the way then. So I think the best way then is to get the component type from the stack. So stack. Now, question, is this nullable or... Okay, so that gives us item enchantments. Okay, and presumably this has a matches thing in it, right? Oh, I see. So we need to do stack.get that, and then we do... So I don't know if we can do equals, maybe? Presumably we can do equals. It's not enchantments. Yeah, that should work. Dot equals. Let's dot filter stack. What? How? Wait, how would that have been null, by the way? No idea. Whatever. And then basically duplicate the exact same thing there. Okay. And yeah, we can simplify that, but I actually don't want to because I think that's just silly. Let's just extract this as a method though. And we'll just say matches. So in blacklist mode, yeah, we want to know that it doesn't match. Otherwise, we want to know that it matches. Run internal matches. Or let's just do internal matches. And then we can also simplify this now down to a ternary. Blacklist mode does not equal internal matches. Yeah, I wanted to make it a ternary. Is that true? Can we do that? If I don't like that though. Even if we can do that, I don't really like it. I think it's a little bit confusing. Blacklist mode does not equal to internal matches. I mean, I get it. It's just a confusing... Like, from a glance, it's kind of very hard to tell why. I'm going to put it back to this. And actually, I wanna turner it. I wanna turner it. Yeah. So I wanna do this dot blackness mode. Then not internal matches or internal matches. What am I missing? Oh, I'm missing a thing. Yeah, I wanna suppress for statement. Yeah, thank you. I agree, Copilot. I'm glad you agreed too. Once again, I'm gonna do the exact same here. Suppress for statement. Okay. So we do want a way to set all of these. We also want to sync all of these, and we also want to save them all. So let's do save additional first of all. So we'll do output dot store. Can't do put stack, can we? No. Okay, store filter stack, and that'll be item stack dot codec, and this would be an optional codec. Because we want to allow for empty stacks. Then we don't want to do store boolean, which I think is just store bool. No? Oh, it's put, right? Yeah, put boolean. Don't like that. Don't know why it's different, but whatever. Okay, then we want to do load, and basically just do the exact reverse of that. So get boolean will actually be get boolean or like that. Okay, then we want to sync it. Now I think, is that done automatically? Updatable doesn't seem to be actually. Okay. In that case, we need to add those. So, God, I don't remember what the methods are, I will admit. Well, get update packet will be one of them. Return. Ooh, block entity. Update. Update. I actually have no idea. Let's just figure it out then. Let's go into electric furnace again. Where is it? Where is it? Huh? Oh, right, because it's all just int properties, I think. Oh, it really shouldn't be. No, it can't be. Well, I guess they're not synced to the client, though, because they don't need to be, do they? I mean, I have syncable tickable block entity. Oh, is that why? Because it has get sync storages somewhere? Yeah, and the rest is synced through the container data. Okay, I see. That's not a good one to look at then. Let's go electrolyzer. Because this has like list of multi-block positions. So this will need to be synced. Okay. What? It's not synced? Am I missing something? left over, process outputs on tick, sinkable storages, get block. I feel like I don't need to do this. Do I really need to do that? I'm overriding it in all of them. Really? Where are you from? Oh, because that's from the contents dropout. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So this isn't synced? Okay, interesting. Crystallizer? Are you synced? You must be synced. Huh? Wait. What the hell is going on here? I'm so confused. So that goes into there. Oh! It does do this automatically. Okay, never mind then. I'm just being an idiot. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Oh, the only problem, though... 1 second. The only problem is that's... Oh no, it's fine, because calling update will actually... It will send a block update like this, which is what we'll call for... Which will what's... Blah, blah, blah. Which is what will send this packet. So that's fine. Yeah, okay. Okay, it's fine, chat. Don't worry about it. Okay, that I think is it. Yeah, I think so. Don't see why not. Yeah, I think so. Oh, that's the feeder conveyor. I thought something looked a bit off there. I was a bit confused for a second. I'm pretty happy with this. So... Next thing to do then is we need to register that in the item storage in it real quick. So we'll do in here, block in it. I also need to do ladder conveyor, and also block in it dot filter conveyor like that. Nice. And then do we want a renderer for this? No, I don't think so. Maybe, but not right now at least. We just want to get something working first. Now we do need to do a model here. Let me quickly open Blockbench. Now, for those unfamiliar, I will just say now the models for this are all temporary models. So they don't look good, is what I'm trying to say. Now... Conveyor... I'm trying to actually find... Split conveyor. I'm struggling, admittedly. There you go. I found it. Okay, so you can see this is the split one. Obviously, it looks shit, and there's like these weird lines here that Codex did. I don't really know how or why, but it did. So I'm thinking best way to do this is rotate the entire thing like that. Okay, I don't know quite what's happening here. Pivot should be at 8 and 8. I don't know why it wasn't. But that's fine. 8.75. Why? Wait, why does it think it's okay, whatever. It should be 8 8. Anyways. So what I'm thinking is we have just like some kind of like actual filter here. Let me also get rid of that because like that doesn't need to be there. I suppose we might as well. Should we fix these or should we not? I don't know actually. I don't know if I can be bothered because there isn't much point if they're going to be redone at some point anyways. Nah, that's fine. It'll do. So what I was thinking is that we just have... Oh, I'm moving the pivot. So we come to like here. Okay, not quite there. Pretty close, but not quite there. I was thinking here we have something that comes across like that. And basically this will act as like a barrier. Is basically my idea. So what this will look like is we're actually going to have a new texture. Let me quickly go find it. Assets, Minecraft, textures. So we'll go apply to elements, and then we're going to go select them all and go relative auto UV. So obviously that looks a bit weird, but I think that's just a block bench moment. Now we do, I guess, want to make the down face. We just want to do texture blank. Because otherwise that's going to bug out. But the rest, that should be fine, I think. Okay. So let's go display. Let's just make sure it has all of the default block stuff, which obviously it does, so that's fine. Then we can save projects. So I can quickly go save this as a BB model. So this will be the filter conveyor. And then I'm going to export block, oh, not GLTF, export block item, which will also be filter, like that. Okay, so then if we come in here, okay, now I'm going to quickly, you know, we can do this ourselves. I was going to get Codex to do the data gen, but we might as well do it ourselves. Shouldn't take too long. So let's just come down here, ladder conveyor, drop self, block in it, dot filter conveyor. It would help if I could type, of course. Block tags, we need to add it in here as well. Filter. Okay, hello? Why are we... There you go. Nice. Okay, and then English language. Okay, translation builder dot add block in it dot filter conveyor, and then we're also gonna do add text translation builder filter conveyor block entity. dot title, like that. Then we're gonna go model provider. Okay, now this is gonna be exactly the same as the splitter, so I'm just gonna quickly copy this, and this will be for the filter conveyor block entity, or filter conveyor block, I mean, which will be filter. Filter conveyor block dot facing. Okay, and then we come down here. Okay, so register splitter. Oh, so I also need to create a register filter. Register filter conveyor. Okay. I mean, those methods are a bit useless, really, but they'll do for now. Okay, nice. That's done. Then we do need to do the recipe as well. Okay, so shaped. We want filter conveyor. And I think we just want to do like paper or something, right? For now, at least. We might have like some kind of actual filter item later, but oh, comparator. Ooh, that's actually not a terrible idea. No, I want it to be paper. So P will be paper. I think actually there's a conventional item tags dot paper, right? There isn't? Is there just like a normal item tags dot paper? No, damn. I'm surprised actually. Fair enough. Is there a so I've done hit ladder here, but is there a conventional item tags dot ladder? No. Okay. So side injector has piston. There is a conventional item tags dot piston though, right? No? Huh. I'm sure there's a conventional block tags dot piston. But okay, that's fine, I guess. Then save output. Okay, so that's the data gen. So let's quickly get it to run that. And then what we will do next, so we need to register the anchor positions. Now that is going to be basically the same. So we go anchor, anchor. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Conveyor anchor provider in it. That's it. And then we'll do splitter. I'm going to copy that. Come down to the bottom. This will be filter. This will be filter conveyor block. This will be forward. And this will be right. Yeah, that's fine. I am actually gonna copy these, I think. Oh no, because that's gonna be left. Oh, that's not gonna work then. I guess the forward one would actually just be a new straight conveyor anchor positions model. And then the filter will just, the right will be corner turn. Now, I don't know which way corner turn. Let's actually ask Codex which way the corner turn one goes. I think it does go right, but not 100% sure. So let me... Which way does the corner turn anchor conveyor model? Okay. Let's see. Is offered its default orientation as a turn left. Damn. Turn left takes input from the right side west. Outputs. Okay. Okay. In that case, the best way is just use the splitter conveyor, I think. Because that does give us one that goes to the right. It's not ideal. But now it will do. Maybe later we'll change that when we kind of come back and do a polishing thing over everything. We can fix that all up. Okay, so anything else we're missing? What do these anchors do? Basically, the anchors define where the items go. So, like, it defines a route that the items take. If I open Blockbench, I can show you. Okay, sure, I can show you this one because it's the only one I actually have in Blockbench at the moment. So this is the side injector. So basically the items will start here, they will go up to here, they'll go to there, then to there, then down to there, then to there, then to there. No, it's the other way around actually. It starts here, goes there, then there, then there, then there, then there, then there. So basically, it means that it will just interpolate its position and rotation between each of the anchors. So that's what those anchor positions are for. It means I don't have to manually try and like code in or like hard code in some positions. In theory, it means even the client could like swap that model out and have their own anchor positions if for some reason they wanted that. It means they could, basically. So now we just need to do the actual screen, I guess. What I'm gonna do before I do that is I want to test that what we have works. And I think we can do that right now. All we have to do basically to see if this works is oh, I have just figured a problem. So currently we use right click to put items onto the conveyor, right? But now we want right click to open a GUI. I guess if it has an empty hand, it'll be fine actually. So that shouldn't be a problem. But what we can do is we can test this by hard coding the item stack to be items.diamond, right? And then we can get the default instance. So that means by default, only diamonds should go forwards, right? That's the plan. Only diamonds should go forwards. Everything else should go off to the right. Let's test it. Let's see if it worked. Did this run? Yeah, it did. Good. Okay. So run it. Let's see what happens. Hopefully this should work. I don't see why it shouldn't work, but it's possible something is wrong. I'm just going to have a quick look over and just see if I can see anything wrong before we go forward. That should be fine. I think that should be fine. Okay. And then there shouldn't be anything fancy going on up here. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly just clear my inventory. And we're gonna need some conveyors. So let's grab a couple conveyors. Let's go that, and then let's also go filter. And then let's also grab a chest. And let's also grab a hatch. Okay, so let's start by putting a hatch on the chest. And let's also F6 so I can see which way the conveyors are going and stuff. So let's just do a couple conveyors. Let's put a filter. Now I just need to make sure this one's going to face the right way. So that's not the right way. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay, why can I not get this to face the right way? The model must be the wrong way around. I don't know how, but somehow it must be the wrong way around. Yeah, I'm not sure. Also, what the hell has happened here? Why doesn't this have, Wait, 1 second. Go back. Change file. Open. Oh no, change file. Open. Okay, weird. I don't know why it did that. Yeah, it's obviously rotated wrong, right? So I think it's just like 90 degrees wrong. Once again, I don't know how, but why has you not done that? Do that, please. Oh no, I guess we want to center the pivot here. Just go 8 and 8. And then go 0, 0. Oh wait, never mind, not like that. See, this kind of... Let's do that. And then group elements. And then let's just center the pivot of the group. That's the best way to do this. And then we can rotate the entire thing. Still didn't work. Okay, whatever. Is that right? Yeah. It's good the pivot's off for some reason. I don't really know why. But anyways, we saved the JSON file. Let's also save the project in the BB models. Okay. Let's close that. Let's just reload. I'm gonna reload that, and then I'm gonna build. We just give it a second to do that, and then I'll reload in the game as well. And this model should just flip round in theory. Okay, so reload. Nice. Okay, good. Good. So, let's grab a couple more conveyors and just put them here. Let's grab some conveyors, put them here. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I keep doing that. Guessing let's put one in there as well. Yeah. So we'll just put a chest there. Let's put another hatch there. And let's put, I guess, a chest here. And we'll put a feeder here. Make this like a normal looking conveyor belt. Alright. Yeah, these are a little bit of a pain to place. I need to fix that at some point. But that's fine for now. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to grab a bunch of items, send them on the conveyor. What the hell is that? Diamond Nautilus armor? Okay, I've never seen that. I haven't seen the new stuff, guys, so you know, just bear with me for a second. Let's also grab like let's grab some bread, maybe. Let's grab some enchanted books. I don't know, why not, I guess. Just some random items, right? Okay, so diamonds all go straight. Okay. Good start. Okay, and these should go right. They do. Nice. Nice, guys. I mean, that's pretty much done then. Like that is like the main majority of stuff. Let's just kind of spread them out a bit. Okay. And in theory, in this very end chest, we should just have diamonds. But we'll see in a second, of course. Yeah, there's no reason why this isn't going to work. Because it clearly does look to be working, doesn't it? Okay. So let's see. Yep. All diamonds, and then in here we just have everything else. As we would kind of expect to happen. Nice. Okay, so now it's just making it so when we right click this, there's actually like a GUI that comes up. You can see in the console down here, it has complaint no screen registered. So we're gonna need to go ahead and register that and actually create the screen. Now, I will say, I don't think this is going to be easy. I think we're going to struggle here, but we're going to try, and we'll see how it goes. So, in worst case scenario, we get Codex to create the screen for us, but hopefully we don't have to do that. So let's do filter conveyor screen, which will extend. I don't know if I have an Industria. I don't think so. So I think it's just container screen, right? Or no, it's abstract container screen, I think. And then this is a filter conveyor screen handler. Okay. So we want render. This is tick delta. Stupid Mojang not naming their variables. This is also tick delta. And this is mouse X. And this is mouse Y. I hate that Mojang has not named those properly, but here we are. Now, super.render, it does render hover tooltip, right? I think it does. Yeah, it does. Okay. In that case, we don't actually need the render method. We do need the constructor, though. So... I think all we need to do is that this here, we need to do... build a conveyor block entity dot title. Okay. Let's also do parasitic final identifier. Texture is equal Industria dot ID. Textures /GUI /build conveyor. Okay. Then we can do screen utils dot draw GUI texture graphics texture 0. No, this will be this dot left pause top pause image width image height. Nice. Okay. We're gonna need our init method. I think we do need that, right? Yeah. Okay. And item slot mouse activation. Interesting. So we're gonna need to have like a fake slot. Now I don't know how we do that. How do we do that? Can we do... So we can do on files dropped. I want to know if we can do like on item dropped, right? Drag. We've got mouse dragged. Clear dragging states. Do we have like a drag state? So what does clear dragging state do? Let's start dragging item. Ah. Interesting. Let's start dragging item. Find where this is okay. Okay. So in that case, what we can do is we can get that stack. So we can do this dot. Oh, we can't though. Oh, can we get it from the menu? No. Oh no, we can. We can. Carried. Wait, can we do that from here then? This not carried? No. But we can do this dot menu dots. Get carried. Okay, so this will be the carried stack. And then also rename these real quick. Just for my sanity. There we go. Yeah, so if it's not... So if it is empty, we just want to return the super, because we don't care. But otherwise... We want to know, like, if we stop drag. Stop. Clear dragging state. When is this called? Mouse released. Ah, that makes sense. Okay. So we want to change this then to mouse released. Or not, it doesn't like that. Mouse release. That's just a mouse button event. Okay. Okay. So then what we can do is we can see if we're over wherever our slot is. So let's create a GUI, I think is a good start here. And then we can define like where our slot actually is, right? So I don't know if I have a... Sure, this will do. Okay. So this is what we're going to work with, because I think this is okay. So let's just fill these in. So that we only have one slot, because we only want one slot. So I think that should be centered vertically, but I'm gonna check. And I'm gonna check by filling that in. Then I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna do this. And I wanna do style render object. Don't I have I thought I had align object, there you go. So I just want to do vertical. There we go. So that's centered now, which is what we need. I think that's in line with a slot, right? Yes, it is. Okay, good. So that's kind of a good start. Now I am thinking maybe I want it on the right though. I suppose it doesn't really matter. Okay. So let's do let's take that from here and put it here. Okay, now I want to do something like this. So what size is that? So that is... Okay, so that is... Where does it tell me the size? 36 by 68, right. So we want to do... 68 correct? No, we want like 64 plus 2, so 66. No, plus 4. 68 was fine then. Okay, good. Good. Then we want nearest neighbor. Okay, and then I just need to fix some of this. So it's not so jank. Like this. Okay. Then we take this, draw it down. Not like that. Like that. And that comes all the way up. And this just needs to be one more across. There was probably a better way of doing that, but oh well. Okay, I actually do want it to be wider, now that I think about it. So let's bring it to... I might as well bring it to here, I suppose. Okay, and then I'm just gonna... This is how I should have done it in the first place, but oh well. Then I'm just gonna drag it across. Nice. Okay, so let's combine all of them. Okay, so this is where our actual filter item will sit, And then here is where we're basically going to have our options. So this is where the checkboxes are going to be, and all of those shenanigans. I think that's the best way to do this. And then I'm going to have... so I kind of do want to have like a button here that's maybe for like select item or something. Or maybe down here. Not sure. Either way, we'll come back to it. So let's go put that in the right place. So Industria, source, main, resources, assets, Industria, textures, GUI, and this actually needs to be in container, doesn't it? So this is the filter conveyor. Okay. Let's fix that in here. So that would be GUI container. Now, I don't know why I closed that, because I actually need that back so I can get the positions, or the position, I should say, of the slot. Okay, so that is at 26:35. So, if is mouse over 26. Oh, wait, that's not going to work. If screen utils dot. Do I have no, I have like math utils though, right? No? Okay, well I have. Do I not have even huh. Okay. Interesting. Oh, alright, a method for it then. Private static boolean. Okay, we don't actually want a slot, so we want to do is mouse over position, and then just do int x, int y, width, height, like that. And then we can do is mouse over position, event dot x. We want to do left pause plus 26 and 35. So 26 and 35. And then set this to 16 by 16. And then we'll do menu.setFilter. Yeah, basically that. And what we will do is we'll send a packet here. So we will do. I'm just trying to remember how you do this. Is it client plane networking dot send? Is that right? Or is it server plane networking? Wait, I don't remember which way around it is. Server play networking? No. Okay. That is the right way around. Okay, so then we just want to send a new set filter conveyor filter stack payload, which will take in this block entity.get block pause, and it will take in the stack as well. And then we want to go network. We want to implement custom packet payload, I think. Yeah. Let's just close the other ones, and then I'm going to move this over here, and then Copilot can kind of do a lot of the work. So this will take in a block pause, item stack, That needs to be a record. Yep, ID, and that will be Industria.id. Okay. And then we need to do the stream codec as well. Let me quickly do that. And this will be block pause.stream codec, and this will be item stack dot stream dot stream codec. Okay, that needs to be a registry friendly byte buff. Yes, that returns the ID, and then I think we also have, there's a codec method, right? No? Apparently not. Okay, that's fine. So I need to register this in here. So we do payload type registry dot client bound play dot register set filter ID. Wait, no, this isn't the right one. That's S to C. This needs to be in here. So server bound play. Okay, nice. Now, what we do want to do as well, whilst I remember. Okay, it doesn't like that, so let's just make these doubles then. Nice. Okay, we actually still wanted to return the super here. Actually, I'm thinking I think what we want to do is if it is empty, then we might want to just actually clear it. So in this case, what we will do is we can just do this dot menu set filter to item stack dot empty. We'll also quickly do that so you kind of clear that up. Okay. Also move that down here. Okay. And we also want to do mouse. No, we want to do render. So I think maybe we want to do render. I think we want to override render slot highlight front. Oh no, because that does. Oh, I see. Render slot. No, we don't want to override render slot. We want to override the method that calls render slots, because we still want to render this as a fake slot, right? So the best way to do that probably is just override render slots, I think. So if I override render slots, and then if I do this first, now basically just want to do this, I think. Slot dot is fake. That's a thing. A slot can be fake. What is that used for? Non-interactive result slot. Interesting. What is that used for, though? Oh, interesting. They're not really a fake slot. It just means you can't put things in it. Not really fake, but sure. So it doesn't really matter if I do this before or after. Okay, we do actually want that. So this would be an item stack filter, which will get that from the block entity, which also does then need to exist here. And then we also want the other one. So set filter. Set filter should just call update. And then we want is blacklist mode, set blacklist mode. Okay, like that. We can leave the other ones for a second. Now render item stack, that's not a thing. So we can just do render item, right? Render carried item? In mouse release, you check if item is null, and then in set filter, you also check the same thing. Mouse released. I don't check if it's null here. I check if it's empty here. I don't check if it's null, though. Oh, I guess. I guess you're kind of right, because if it is null, then yeah. Okay. Fine. I will just do stack then. That's fine. Okay, what was I doing? Oh yeah, this. So I think render carried item is probably the way to do it. Next stratum. What the hell is that? I have no idea what that is or what that does. Oh, it's a new render state. I see. Weird name, but sure. Oh, I see. That only renders the current carried item, though. So what I want really is render floating item. So what should I AW it or should I access widener it? Hello, Alex. Welcome to the stream. Let's AW or access or accessor. AW or accessor. Let's go with AW because it's just easier and I'm lazy. Where's my copy? There. AW. Okay, the only problem with AW is it means we also have to gen sources, which is like, ugh, but it's fine. Okay, there we go. So then we can reload. Okay, render carried item graphics. Still mean to go filter. Interesting. Wait, what does it want? Oh, 1 second. It's taking a second to figure out what the hell it's doing right now. Does it know what it's doing right now, or gen sources? Oh, wait, I'm still calling the wrong method. How did I manage that? I don't know how I managed that. Meant to do render floating item. Okay. Industria is going okay so far. But we're on the bit that's about to not go okay, so that doesn't really mean much. The carried item. Okay, so what is the item count? If carried is not empty. Item count is equal carried dot copy with count. Huh? Item count is equal null. If it's quick crafting. Oh, okay. I see. That's fine. I think we can just leave it as null in that case. Because it can be null, right? Yeah, it's nullable. Okay. Okay, good. I assume it just... Like, what does it do in here? That might not work. Oh, that's a thing we should do, actually. We should have a match count. Wait, no, we don't want to do that, though, because that won't work. Okay. And then let's say... If is mouse over, then we need to do not that, we need to do that. So then we do this, then we do this, then this, then that. Let's also convert this number to hex, so that's actually like readable. Always a nice, useful thing to try and do. Okay, so it should be that apparently. I think we need that before this though. I'm pretty sure. Not certain, but pretty sure. I guess we can check in here, can't we? Recalculate that. Let's right. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. So that should render the slots. In it, we still need to do. Oh no. Ugh. We still need to do init and do the checkboxes, but that, we can come back to that. Right now we're working on filter conveyors. because those are very important. I can close this now, right? Yeah, I think so. Okay, let me close paint.net. Trying to close, get rid of some things. Okay, that's fine. God, my posture has been terrible this stream. Ugh. I think my chair's not. Yeah, it's not upright as it normally is. Okay, there we go. Yeah, but YouTube doesn't have channel points, luckily, so luckily I don't have to deal with you guys doing horrible things to me all the time, which is great. So let's go screen init. I'm actually quite surprised YouTube hasn't done like a channel point thing yet. Like, I don't know why they wouldn't have. Like, Twitch, it clearly works very well for Twitch, right? So I don't know why they haven't done that. I can't imagine it'll be that hard to implement, so it's obviously not an implementation issue. Wait. Oh. Okay. I see. Yeah, it needs a component title. What is that? Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I can do it like this, to be fair. But I think I'll just do title. That's fine. Let's close that. Let's close that. Might be a Nightbot thing. Maybe. YouTube. Nope. Oh yeah, you can use Stream.bot apparently. Or at least according to Gemini. Oh yeah, I see it. It's an extension. I see. Interesting. Maybe. Interesting. Seems a bit janky though. Like really janky. Because it's obviously not really meant for that. I don't know. We'll see. I'll think about it. I'm not necessarily sure it's really worth it anyways, but I'll think about it. Okay, let's, I guess, run the client, right? Are we done? I think we're done. I mean, I say done. We're not done, but like, let's see, I guess. See what happens. In theory, the item should already be in there and it should be a diamond. Because that's what we've hard-coded it to. The question will be, is it going to let me actually put things in there? I think it should. Ugh. I think it should. But, I mean, only one way to find out, right? Okay. So single player conveyors. Okay, so if I right click. Okay, well immediately I'm seeing nothing's happening when I'm right clicking. So that is. Wait, that's interesting. I don't know why that's the case though. I don't have to shift right. No, because I just tried that and that didn't do anything, did it? Interesting. Because before it gave us an error. It's got to be because of this, I think. So if item stack is empty, else it should just return super.use item on. Decompile with vine flower real quick. Yeah, which should delegate to try with empty hand. Right? Which should then trigger use without item. Which, if we go into the super, the multiple type is not equal null, so we skip that. If right click to open GUI, it should get the GUI and open the screen. So it's obviously not doing that. Let's figure out why, I guess. Interesting. So it is not hitting that breakpoint. Huh. Okay. Let's try there. Enter. So try with empty hand. Okay. So it should then go into here, which should go into there. Okay. So if this dot right click to open GUI, that is true. Okay, wait, I need to, I think, breakpoint this because that's client side. This is server side. Okay. So then we have the block entity, which is the filter conveyor. And block entity is instance of a block entity with GUI. It should call open menu. So why is it not doing that? Why is it not opening it? Open menu. Next container, menu. So it creates the menu. If menu is equal null. Send that. Then it does init menu. Let's have a look at that. Okay, that's fine. Oh, it's open. Dot container menu is equal menu. And then it closes. Interesting. Why? Also, why doesn't it have a texture? A textures GUI container filter conveyor. Let's figure this out first, because this should be an easy fix. Textures GUI container filter conveyor. What is happening here? Something weird's going on. I've messed something up somewhere. Filter conveyor screen handler. These do reference the filter conveyor. Maybe let's try this. Let's override. Is it removed? Is it removed? Yeah, I think so. I think so. So if I just hot swap that. Okay, and then do that. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Okay, so it's been removed here. So I'm inclined to see where it's been removed by. So if we step forward, we should be able to see what's called it. So do close container has happened here. Okay. If it's not valid, oh, interesting. So it thinks it's not valid. I don't know why that would be the case, though. Let's go into the screen handler type init and see. Oh, I have to override get valid blocks? What does this do by default? Oh. Okay. I should probably change that so that I have to override that. Because otherwise that's a bit silly. Wait, it's literally right there. Yeah, that's a bit silly. I don't know why I did it like that. Okay, 1 second. We need to... Let's just remove all the breakpoints real quick. How do we do that again? There's a way to remove them all, right? How do you... Breakpoints? Few breakpoints. There we go. Can I just remove? Nice. Okay. So if I press play... Okay. Nice. Okay. Now why is the texture not loading? Does it say in the console? No, actually. It doesn't. Okay, what that says to me is that I'm probably just using the wrong method to render the texture. So it's probably just draw texture, I imagine. Oh, it doesn't like that though. Texture. Oh, because it wants the UV. Yeah. I'm using the wrong method. That's why. If I do that. Nice. Okay. What is this diamond doing here? Why is it being rendered there? Screen. Here we go. Is mouse over position? Okay. Mouse X. Left pause. Let's do this actually. All three occurrences. X. And then do top of R. This is the Y. Okay, and then we can also do that X and Y. Just make that a little bit easier to read, and then we can maybe see what's going on here. Why is it being rendered there? Oh, maybe X1 is actually a width and a height. Possibly. Even though it's called X1, I reckon it might be a width and height. Wait, no, that wouldn't change anything, would it? No, never mind. Got X, Y. Left pause plus 26. Top pause plus 35. What? Do I just use 26 and 35, maybe? Surely not. I do? Wait, how? How does that work? Okay. Wait, why does that not hover anymore though? Oh, because this still needs to be this dot left pos plus x and this dot top pos plus y. Okay, that is not right. Also, is it me or does this feel a little bit laggy? Oh no, I think it was just lagging because of yeah. But that's not right, is it? That's not the right color. Okay, we're gonna have to figure out what that color is then. Let's go render slots. So it was this one. Maybe that's just... Maybe when I converted it to hex, it just didn't work. Maybe? Yeah, for some reason that didn't work. How didn't that work? 1 second, I'm just gonna see, because now I'm not sure. Oh, it didn't include the negative. Oh, it actually doesn't. Decimal to hex color, I think is what I need to do. I only trust the math is fun one. This one always seems to work, so. No, mind it doesn't like that. Okay, this says it's 0. It says it's that. That hasn't done anything, has it? That somehow... Oh, I see, because it needs to be FF, I think. Is that not why? Or is it the other way around? Might be the other way around. Yeah, I think that's probably why, because it's yeah, because it's an alpha color. So I don't know how you convert a negative decimal to a hex. Not sure. I'm sure there's a way. But either way, we can just go back to this for now. Nice. Okay. So if I click that, clicking that doesn't do anything. Interestingly enough. So let's try and figure out why. I guess. Is mouse over position? Okay. So carry stack is empty, so we set the filter to item stack.empty. Oh, of course, we haven't registered a handler for the packet, so it's not going to receive. Well, it's going to receive the packet, but it's not going to do anything with that packet. So I need to do payload. No, where do I do it? Is it in here? No. Where do I do it, actually? Oh, payload receiver in it. Here we go. So then we do server, play networking. Okay, does it know how to Oh, that's true. We actually don't need to pass the pos into that packet, technically. Okay, we might as well fix that because, yeah, if we don't need to pass it in, then that's good. So we'll just get rid of that. And then what I can do is can I change method signature? Refactor, change signature, get rid of the pos, refactor anyway. And then that will just be stack. Yeah, and then that can just be right back to that. Okay. Now I can just find where this is used, which is in here. me just make sure that's just sending that. Okay, nice. So we'll have to restart the game to test this now because I've changed too much. Let's also get rid of this. We don't need that anymore. And I think likewise, actually, I need to remove... unless... Oh, yeah. Get rid of that. Okay. God, I have way too many things open. Okay. It's fine. Not driving me insane at all. Okay. Let's just give it a second. Let's also give it that breakpoint because we don't need that anymore. Or hopefully don't need that anymore. Don't think we should need it. Okay, and then if we get this working, we'll do the checkboxes as well. And we're also going to have a Boolean... Oh no, never mind. I said we didn't want that, didn't I? Still not working. Interesting. Why not? Set filter. Okay, find usages. Let's go in here. Okay. So we are receiving it. If it's in handler, set filter. Mr. filter stack is equal filter stack. Update. Oh, it's waiting for the end of the tick. So we need to tell it to not wait for the end of the tick. How do we do that? Yeah, so we just need to go into... So let's just press play real quick. We need to go into... Yeah, in here, actually. And we need to override should wait for end of tick and just return false. So that will just force it to immediately do a block update once it receives that. I think we can hot swap that. Don't see why not. Let's give it a second. And then press it again. And hopefully, this time, it should... If we just jump in here. No, so it now runs force update, which will call set changed, and then it'll also send the block update. Lovely. So hopefully, nice, that has been reset. Okay, good. So, now what we can try is grab an item. So let's grab our beloved bread and put that in there. Let's actually get rid of this completely as well. Okay, now that is going to be a problem, I think. What we want to do is we don't want a count. I think when we draw this, instead of doing null here, let's just do like a blank string like that. And also when we send the packet over in the receiver, we're going to take that stack and we're going to do filter stack dot with count 1 like that. And didn't do anything in here, right? I just changed also in here. So if we now go into here, it should say there's one bread, but it's not going to actually show any bread being in there. There's not going to be like a count or anything. So that's good. Should we test if that works? Like, is that only going to accept bread? Should we see? Let's try to put some bread in, and let's try to put some diamonds in. And I just want to, like, scatter them in here. Okay, that's not very scattered, is it? Nice, that does work. Yeah, that was terribly scattered. I need a better way to scatter items in there, but nice. You can see bread now goes through. Items don't go through because bread is being filtered and diamonds are not. Okay, lovely. So okay, next thing to do then is let's add the checkboxes, I suppose. Is kind of the next best step. So does Minecraft have a checkbox? They do, I think. So we can do add widget. I think add widget adds it to be rendered, right? It does not. Okay, add renderable widget is the one we want then. Okay, that's fine. So in here, we're going to pass in a new checkbox widget. Is that not a thing? Please tell me that's a thing. It does seem to be a thing. Oh, I see. It has a private constructor. So does it have a builder, I'm guessing? Yeah, it does. Okay. That's fine. So we can do checkbox. Oh, no. Checkbox.builder. Actually, .builder like that. And then that needs a message. So for now, we'll just do a literal. Literal. And let's do blacklist mode. And this will be menu.getBlockEntity. We can actually just do menu.isBlacklist mode. Boolean. Okay, like that. And then we can do this.menu.set blacklist mode. On press. Okay, let's create this as well then. Blacklist mode. Okay, no. So this needs to be the same thing basically. But this will be a new set filter conveyor blacklist mode payload. If I could speak, of course. And yeah, that's fine. That's just because we don't know what that is yet. So if I get rid of that. Menu.is blacklist mode. Oh. That doesn't want the default value. It wants the font. So we can do this.font. Oh, onPress doesn't exist. So this needs to be on value change. And this will just be selected. And then we can just set that to be selected. Required type. Oh, never mind. That's the checkbox. Checkbox. Then we can just do checkbox.selected. Nice. Then we can do the default value, maybe? Yeah. So we can do selected like that. And then we can do the pause, which will be this.left pause. So we're going to want it to be here. Also, I realize you can't see like half of what I'm typing. Let me close the game real quick then. Because we're not going to be able to run the game anyways. So let's go painter.net. Let's go filter conveyor. Okay, so we need to figure out what the X position is, and then also what the max width is. And also the Y position. So 98, 10. So we'll do plus 98, and then that'll be top pause plus 10. And then we can do dot max width, and that is 70. And that's basically it, right? What's good? How's the stream been? The stream has been pretty good, Wide. What is this? 1 second. Oh. Lovely. Would you look at that? That means we can make that underscore and we can just do that. But yeah, things have been going pretty well. We basically have the filter conveyor done. We're just adding some check boxes now. So match durability, match enchantments, match components. Okay, and then we just need to add all of these methods to here. Match durability is match durability, match enchantments. Okay. Okay, let's get Codex to create those payloads because I can't be bothered to make them all. Because they are basically all going to be exactly the same. Like, literally exactly the same. So it might even be better off using an Ian. No, we'll just make separate payloads. We might as well, right? Okay, can you create the missing payloads? Oh, you guys can watch this, I guess. At filter conveyor screen handler. Ensure that you register them and write receivers too. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. Okay. Whilst it's doing that, actually, I am gonna add translation for these rather than make them literal, because they just don't need to be literal. So let's do component, and we're gonna do here blacklist mode label, which will be component dot translatable container dot I don't want to do blacklist mode. I want to do filter conveyor dot blacklist mode. Okay. And then match durability, match enchantments, match components. Okay. This will then be blacklist mode label. This can be match durability label. Okay. Codex is done. Because I just heard the ba-ding. So I think it's done. This enchantments. This is components. And then we'll add those to the lang in a second. Let's just make sure it's not going completely crazy. Yeah, that looks correct. And then what's it done here? Yeah. And then should all just be booleans. Yeah. They all look okay. Okay, let me just add these to the lang real quick. So it's English language and add text, translation builder, filter conveyor screen dot blacklist mode label, match durability, match enchantments, match components. Nice. Okay. Once it has just compiled, because it needs to compile for it to be happy, we can actually do like Like for these, we could do plus this dot font dot line height, like +2 or something, right? But I think we'll just leave it as these for now, and maybe we'll come back to that. Maybe, probably not, because it is fine. Just want to see, are we missing anything? Anything else we need to do? Okay, is blacklist mode for consistency should be below that, but I mean, minor issue. Okay, Codex is going crazy. It's trying to run it like 10 million times, so I'm just gonna go ahead and run data gen myself. And I mean, everything should work, I guess. I'm just trying to think, is there anything that I think won't work? I mean, it should all work. Okay. Let's run it. Do I run debug mode? Sure. Just in case something goes wrong. Okay. I do maybe want it to like maybe have the filter on the model like flash a different color depending on whether it allows it or not. Could be kind of cool, maybe. But I don't know, we'll see. That does require a block entity renderer though, which, well, no, actually it doesn't. It doesn't, because I do have the I have a special render system for the conveyors, so actually it wouldn't. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so here we are. Okay, they're a little bit big, but it's worked. Apart from that, it's worked really well. Okay, let's just fix some numbers. I don't know that we're going to fit them all in here, though, even no matter what I do to the numbers. But let's try. So let's try to put this to 25 and just see what happens. Okay, that is actually quite a bit of space it's made there. Is 25 even correct? I don't know how tall these are, that's the thing. Does it say somewhere what the height is? Nine plus 8. Okay, the height is 17. Don't know why I didn't just say that. So this needs to be... Oh! JVM crash? Oh no. Uh-oh. I've not had a JVM crash with Industria in a very long time. I did have some back in the day. Like when I don't know what it was doing, but I did have some. I haven't had one in a really long time though. So should we see if we can figure out what it is? Where's it even gone? It's gone in the run folder. That makes sense. Yeah, you can see there's a couple in here, but I haven't had them in a really long time. Okay, let's see if we can figure out what's happened. It's a wrap operation, apparently. On render screen. Interesting. Something to do with the Fabric API, then. Oh, something in render background. Okay, it's actually my code, then. I mean, I will admit, I'm not that good at reading these. I just usually it does give you a decent stack trace. It actually doesn't seem to have in this circumstance, though. I guess it's. I mean, that's. So obviously I can see. That's the render thread, but this is where. So this is okay. So I mean, this is really what's happened here. So something points to an unknown readable memory. Render background in filter conveyor screen. Interesting. What are we doing in here? We're just doing draw texture in here, though. We don't need super.render background or anything, right? I guess I should check. Let's go arc furnace. No, we don't. What about like this? Yeah, I'm also doing render tooltip, but I don't think I need that. Yeah, I don't need that anymore. I need to get rid of that in the places that I have it. Interesting. I mean, we could be looking into absolutely nothing right now. Like, this could be a JetBrains runtime issue. In fact, it probably is. It's probably from when I reloaded. It probably broke something that it just, like, failed to reload. Like, one of the mix-ins or something failed to recompile or something like that. I suspect that's what happened, actually. I think we're looking too much into that. I don't think that should be an issue. Anyways, this needs to be 27. So then this needs to be 27 plus 17. So this needs to be... this is where my math absolutely fails me. 44, right? And then this needs to be plus 17. So that's what, 61? I think. Is that right? I think so. I hope my math didn't fail me there. We're about to find out anyways. Okay. Minecraft, hello? I feel like I'm waiting longer and longer every single time. Which maybe I am. Like, realistically I am. But, like, it shouldn't be that much longer that I should notice it, I don't think. Because the only problem with all these conveyors is, like, there's a lot of different states. Like, a lot of different states. Damn it, they don't quite fit. Also, it's very messy. Okay, let's see if we can try and fix this then. So, what if we bump it up? So what if I put this to, like... 8. So that's minus 2. And then we go plus 2 here, so we go 46. And then plus 4? Is that right? Yeah, I just need to maybe move them all up a little bit, though. So maybe to set this to 62. Okay, it's crashed again. So there's obviously something wrong with hot swapping there. It's fine. It's just a little bit annoying. Okay, maybe actually I want to change the left position as well. Let's go and fix that in the GUI, and then we can figure it out a little bit better, I think. So let's take this. Let's just bump it up a bit. Right. Let's take this and pull it down. I think this is a space of 2, right? Yeah. So we're just going to make a space of 2 here as well. Like that. And then I'm just going to take this one. And I'm going to go like that. And then I'm just going to pull the entire thing to the left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it, I think, to the next one. Should give me enough space, I think. And then just drag this one out like that. So I'm going to have to obviously edit some numbers. So let me bring this over. And so left pause is now going to be 80. Left pause is 80. 80. Okay. And also, I'm actually going to move this up again. No, I think this will be fine, actually. So, I've done 5 there. But I'm going to change this to 6 then. So then it's got to be 6 plus 17, right? So then this becomes 23. And then 23 plus 17 is 40. 40 plus 17 is going to be 57. Is that right? Have I done that right? That feels wrong. Bearing in mind the height of it is 74. If I do 74 divided by 17... God, I cannot type. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would fit us 4. What if I do with 6 left over, apparently. I'm trying to think, can we fit 6 in? So 1, 2, 3, we can. So if we did 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. Right, so if I change this to 25, and then change this 42, and then go 2 more down, so then 44, and then this will have to be 5 So plus 4 would be 61. And then plus 2, so 63, I think. Maybe. I'm about to find out. The only other thing I need to change is set that max width to no longer be 70. And instead be 88. I should have known that because we're plussing 18 because of the 1 slot extra, but it's fine. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm just going to delete these because they're not necessary. Okay. Have you had a nice day? Sure. It's been alright. It's been very, very foggy today, I will say. Like, kind of crazy foggy today. Which is always good fun. Okay. What about you, Wide? How's your day been? That's a shame. Yeah, I haven't done much either. I've been working on my website a little bit, but not a huge amount. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I'm not happy with it doing this. I don't really know how to fix it. Maybe 88 isn't right. Maybe if I put it back to 70. Here we go, let's hot swap that. Hasn't really changed anything, has it? Oh my god, it's crashed again. Bro. It's definitely the JetBrains runtime that's doing this. I don't know why, admittedly, but wait, these are all set to 80, is that right? Yeah, that is right. Oh. Yeah, I don't really know how to solve this. I guess I just need to make it bigger. Like, the problem with that is we're not going to fit the title in anymore. Like, the title is basically already overlaying it, right? The only other option, and I'm not a fan of it, but the only other thing I can think of would be to make the screen larger. Like taller. I don't really like doing that, but we might have to. I think we're gonna have to. Otherwise, I don't see how this is ever gonna fit. So, okay, it's gonna be a pain to do as well, but it's fine. So best way to do this, probably just take everything below this point. Now, we don't need to move it a lot. We just need to move it enough so that the title can still fit here. So it'll basically need to be, like, down to here, I think. So if we go down, like, maybe by that. We also need to fit the inventory title here, but I don't think that should be a problem. So then if we just take this, like that, and then all we need to do is take this, and take this, and put them on a new layer, and then we can just center them vertically. So if we do effects, object, align object, vertical. Okay. And then all we need to do, take that background color, fill in. Oh, that hasn't worked because I'm, 1 second. Do that, and then do that. Is that gonna work? I still feel like that's not gonna fit, is it? I still don't think we're gonna fit the title in up here. I think I'm gonna have to move it down even more, which is a real annoyance, but I don't think we have a choice. Okay. Maybe that? Maybe even more, because we're gonna have to fit in the title at the bottom as well. That's the problem. I think this will work though. That should be fine. That should be enough. So we'll once again just have to do the same thing. So grab that, Control X, new layer, paste them in. Select all of this. Effects, repeat align object. Boom. Come back in here, do that to fill it in. And Control Shift F. That should fit. That will fit the title up here, for sure. Now we do need to make it taller though. Oh, well, I guess we don't need to make it taller, do we? We need to make it longer. So let's just take this. I guess the best way is to go to here. I didn't really want to do that because I do want to have a button next to this. So maybe I move this slot to the left. Is that in line? That's in line, I think, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. And then take this. And just fill in that. I'm glad Minecraft's GUIs are so simply textured. Oh man. If there was like actual like texture on these GUIs, bro, oh good lord, it would be so much harder to do something like this. But the fact that it's all just solid colors, mwah, chef's kiss. Makes it so much easier. But it's fine. Okay. So now that we've done that, I have to change basically all the numbers everywhere. Like all of the numbers, funnily enough, which is going to be a bit of a pain. So it's now 176 by 190. So first things first, I have to change this to be 176, 190. Then what I have to do is I have to change these numbers in here. So that is going to be so 62 and 18. So left pos 62, yeah, because it's 18 minus 18. Makes sense. And then top pos is going to be Well, the top hose shouldn't... Oh no, it would have changed, wouldn't it? Bugger. It has changed. So it's 18. So we need to do plus 12. Okay, so that's going to be 37. That's going to be 56. That's going to be plus 12, yeah. Okay, 75. And then max width can now be 106, but we might change that back to 88. But we'll see. We'll see what it does first. And then I also need to change these. So the slot is no longer at 26, 35. It's now at 847. So 847. Okay, and then... Okay, then I need to go into the screen handler. Wait, no I don't, because it's not an actual slot, is it? I was thinking, oh, it's an actual slot, but no, it's not. I do need to change the inventory label Y, though. And the inventory Y, actually. So, get player inventory Y is now... 108. Okay. And then I need to go into here. And I need to do this dot player inventory. Wait. How do I set the Y position of that? Inventory label Y. Oh, that might actually already be set to... Yeah, image height -94. Okay, that'll be fine then. Okay, we may be good. We may be good. I think. Let's try it, I guess. I've probably missed something. I'm not sure what, but I'm sure I've missed something. Did I run data gen after updating these? I don't remember. I think I did, didn't I? And then after we've done this, unfortunately, that will be the end of this stream. So let's hope that we can get this working, is what I'm going to say. Okay, so conveyors. Right. Hasn't worked. It doesn't like that. Okay, I'm gonna like leave the world and then I'm gonna change it. Maybe? So I'm gonna change this to 88. 88. 88. Let's hot swap that. There we go. That's better. It's about to crash. I'm sure it's about to crash. I can just feel it. I can feel a crash incoming. Wait, has the texture has updated, right? Yeah, it has. Yeah. Oh, wait, yeah, let me click in the wrong position, I think. Oh, wait, no. Oh, because I haven't updated this. I knew I missed something. So that needs to be 8 and 47. Now it's going to crash, for sure. Absolutely. 100%. I'm ready for it. Okay, so now I can click anywhere I'm clicking. You guys can't see I'm clicking, of course. Okay, so if I do blacklist mode, in theory, the bread should actually go this way. It should be filtered to go that way. Nice. Good. Okay. And if I do, like, planks or something? And, like, those? Nice. Okay. Good. So those now will actually go the correct way. Based on like the blacklist mode. So if I switch blacklist mode, you see they change instantly. Go that way. That way. I think I can actually leave the GUI open and then we'll yeah, it does. Of course, because it just sends the packet. It's nothing to do with whether the GUI is open or not. Match components. Interesting. So match components. So the component matching doesn't work. How did we do component matching? I don't think I wrote that, did I? Item stack dot matches. Oh. Oh, wait, this won't work because we're not checking the stacks are equal here. We're only checking... Yeah, this isn't right because we're just checking the durability. So as long as the durability matches, it will go through. Like, no matter what. So, like, this needs to be... item stack dot match dot is same item, I guess. Yeah, is same item. And then this will be is same item, same components. Right, so this will be stack, this dot filter stack, and that. And this will be the same thing. Okay, so if I breakpoint that, now it shouldn't just be any items that are let through. So these doors should now go this way. And if I turn off match components... Do I still need this then, I guess? If is same item and match components? I think? Yeah, that's probably correct, actually. Blacklist mode. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, that's blacklist mode. Wait, why? Why is it doing this? If it's the same item and match components. Do I have these the wrong way around, maybe? Does this need to be... Or does it need to be, match enchantments and that? It doesn't matter, does it? I don't think. I don't think this makes a difference. But I'm going to check. Yeah, it doesn't. So presumably it's failing on this one. So if match components, so match components is false. Oh, I see. Yeah, we just need a same item check at the end. So now... No? We did that not hot swap or something? There you go. Oh, get out of here. Nice, and if I put bread in, it will still go through. Nice. Lovely. I do kind of want to test durability, though. So, let's do this. Let's say match durability. Take that out. So let's go game mode survival. And let's just take these down a little bit. Okay. So the durability of this one is 1545. Okay. So if I just put like a normal full shovel in, it says nope, doesn't match. If I put that shovel in, nice. So durability matches work. I knew they would work, but let's just check that, like, if I put one in like one less. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, is that no longer a redundant if statement? Okay, that's fine then. I'm just thinking, maybe I should say here, if is not same item, then return false, and then I can just get rid of all of these, right? Let's do suppress for statements. I think that should work. Yeah, it does. That still works. So game mode creative. Okay. And what was the other one? So got enchantments as well. So if I do, let's take out match durability. Let's just grab a diamond shovel. Let's do enchantment. Let's, oh, you can do / enchant, right? Enchant at S. Let's just do channeling. Okay, fine. Cringe. What can I accept? Efficiency. We'll do 500. Bro, so cringe, bro. Minecraft's so cringe. Okay, whatever. Oh, I need to enable match enchantments. 1 second. Nice. So now it says it doesn't match the enchantment, but if we put a shovel in, nice, because that does match the enchantments. This isn't gonna work though, is it? Wait, is it? Because what happens if I do match durability as well? Okay, good. It does deny them both. So if I take this efficiency 5 one, or no, if I take this one down to the same durability as this, which what was it? 1545? Is that right? I'm not sure. I'm gonna check. 1545. Yes, it was. I thought so. Okay, so if I bring the shovel down to 1545, it still shouldn't be let through, is the plan. It's going to be really hard to do. 1, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay, lovely. So it still shouldn't be let through. Nice. Okay, and if I bring this one back down to 1545 as well, let's just make sure that also... that still gets let through. It should do, but... Nice. Okay, good. Good. So that all works then. The only thing I'm gonna do real quick, actually, in the screen, I'm gonna say, if the mouse is over, how do I want to do this? In render, this is tick delta. Circles render tooltip. Okay, I basically just want to take this. So if is mouse over position and not filter is empty, then we can get the item stack is going to be equal to the filter. And if item is, well, I guess we don't need to do that, right? If show tooltip with item in hand. Sure, I guess I need an AW for that. Yeah, I just want to do this real quick. So I just wanted to show a tooltip when I hover over it, because I think that would make sense. And then set tooltip for next frame, get tooltip, remove redundant cast. Okay. So if we just do a reload real quick. Give it a second. It's done. Nice. So, did I do gen sources? I already forgot. I already forgot, man. I don't think I did, right? Okay, common. Common obviously isn't going to have any misses, but yeah, client will have some misses. I didn't think it would have 18 misses, but interesting. Nice. So that works. I might as well just do this. Okay. Let's try and run this, and hopefully this just works, and then we will go ahead and end the stream here. If it does, basically. But we're going to end the stream regardless, actually. Because otherwise we could be going for a while. But I'm pretty sure this will work. Let's also close other tabs. Just going to add this to get. Not that I really need to, but... Okay, and yeah, everything else will be fine. Okay. Here we go. Didn't work. Okay, let me... I just quickly want to have a look. So, item... Oh, that's an if statement. If show tooltip with item in hand. Okay, I think I can just get rid of that if statement. I think that's necessary, right? Okay, let me just... breakpoint. Nice, that works. Okay, lovely. And when there's nothing in there, no tooltip. Okay, nice. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. I will be live again, once again, this weekend. So I'll go ahead and schedule those streams at some point. We'll have a railroad stream on Sunday. And we're going to have an industrial stream on Saturday this weekend. So yeah, I'm going to end it here. And I will see you all then. Good. Bye.